Where'd my
You need
water
help?
go? What'd you do with my water?
I tossed it on your bed.
Here, let me help you.
Ah.
I got you, Eric. Trust me, you need a big, strong man in your life. Do you need help?
You got it?
Oh, about time. They really screw these
I
caps
know.
on. What's up?
How are old people supposed to open this?
They don't. They probably like cut the top off. I got a blowtorch.
Hey everybody, welcome to BakaTaka, the world's greatest weed podcast. Sitting on the left, it's
George.
in the middle, it's
Eric.
and I'm on the right, and I'm Chase. And you're listening to BakaTaka Season 2, Episode 12.
Man,
Last one of the year.
Last one of the year. Yeah,
that's definitely it.
it's
Yeah.
exciting.
Well, it won't be out by the end of the year.
Well,
will
yeah,
it?
for recording
it'll be
for
out
us.
by the
We're
year.
gonna be record.
Well, yeah, it'll be on in a couple of days.
Down on Monday.
Chase has been good at getting them out.
Yeah.
Quick.
Today's
Today's the
the
28th. He's got 3 days to get it
Yeah,
out.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it will be in.
But for recording, this is our last one of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
it is.
What have you guys been watching?
I don't watch anything anymore, Chase.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, that's kind of fallen off a little. This season, it's been kind of a drag.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best.
Yeah, because Cautious Hero was fun for a while, but I've kind of fallen off watching
I
it.
actually got caught up on that, episode 9.
Oh.
I have not started watching it.
I'm up to like episode 5 or 6, and I've kind of stopped.
It's kind of the more of the same.
Yeah, it was starting to become that. Just more of the same, nothing
Yeah.
new, nothing over the top.
It's a comedy, you know. If you're watching it for anything other than that, then
Yeah.
you're probably watching it wrong.
It was a
Gotcha.
funny premise at the start, but I think they're trying to jump into their own humor way too much.
Yeah.
Like they need to do something different.
And yeah, he's basically, you know, he's just beating all the gods pretty much now.
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
yeah,
So,
cool
I mean,
stuff.
I haven't watched too much because all my time has been invested into Pokemon and Netflix series.
Yeah,
What?
I've been watching a lot of actual TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and other like actual like movies and stuff because I finally watched Hobbs and Shaw the other day.
I still haven't
That's
seen that.
that's the
one,
Fast
yeah.
and Furious.
Yeah,
It's The Rock's character and Jason Statham's character.
Is it good?
Action.
Action movie good?
I mean, so it wasn't like normal Fast and Furious. Like there wasn't a whole lot of like car action. in it.
Yeah, because
Like-
it was a total aside from the
Yeah,
series.
it's like a standard action. So if you're going in there expecting like cool cars and maneuvers and stuff, you're not getting that.
Oh.
Okay.
You get like some here and there, but there's no like
I figured
here's
they
the
had
latest
a
models of
little
these
bit,
cars and stuff.
Right,
Like
right.
the coolest thing you get to see is like the Shaw. I think Shaw, Jason Statham's character. He has his McLaren collection.
I thought it was a McLaren, yeah.
Yeah, he has like a whole McLaren collection, and you see that
Dude, McLarens are nice.
they are really nice.
Oh.
It's a McLaren.
We'll
Chase,
show you later.
We'll,
but
yeah, we'll show you.
It's a super
We'll have you
high-end
f-
sporty car.
We'll have you
Oh.
throw up a picture of a McLaren. It's just like
There it is.
It's just like a P1 or
Yeah, but
720S, I think is one of them.
Yeah.
They've got some. They
they have a bunch
nice
of different
cars.
models in there, but like
Yeah.
the big one this time was McLaren. But yeah, if you're looking for standard Fast and Furious car movie, it's not the same. So but
Okay.
that's the only really thing I kind of did, and I watched The Witcher. The Witcher on Netflix.
I also watched The Witcher.
It was so good.
I like it.
Was it better than a Zero?
It's a lot better than
It's a lot
Zero.
better than the
We were
Zero.
looking at that review just before we started recording.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm
it's
still looking at it like right now, reading through it. It's just what?
like it's not. So the series is really good, right? It stays to the storyline.
Right.
The author approved of it. He even says now Henry Cavill is the face of Geralt.
Oh, okay.
So-
yeah.
And Henry Cavill did a phenomenal job as Geralt.
Nice.
So I'm pumped for The Witcher. It's already got a second season in the works, I think.
Oh.
So
Speaking of second seasons, guess what? One of George's favorite animes got announced for a second season.
Yo, wait, calm down. Shouldn't we finish talking about The Witcher first? You can't
dude,
just
dude,
jump to something.
Dude,
Okay,
real quick.
hit
Just
us
throw
with
it in
it.
there.
You, guess which one it is, real quick.
SAL.
That's
Well, I mean,
that's
that's
season
probably-
2.
Yeah. but we can have a second one, can't we?
Dude, it's one of your favorite ones from like a couple of years ago.
Nisekoi?
No,
No.
but you're getting closer.
Toradora?
Further away.
Quinn?
From a few years ago.
Oh.
Dude, I don't know. I've got a lot of favorite
Rail
shows.
Wars?
Is it Rail Wars?
No.
Wait, is it Keijo?
It's not Keijo.
Oh.
One of George's favorite animes.
No Game No Life.
That's getting a second season is none other than World Trigger.
I'm I'm gonna,
That's
like,
what you
I'm,
mean by favorite.
I'm actually gonna punch you in the throat.
Let's go back to The Witcher.
That was one of the worst things I've ever
I'm a
wasted
little
my
upset.
life on.
I'm excited.
I'm a
gonna
little
watch
upset that you
it.
brought
I mean,
that
I'll
up.
probably end up watching it too.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
ugh, it's not good.
So I never watched the first one. I've only heard demonic
The
stories
cardboard
Don't.
about it.
cutouts.
It's so bad. Anyway, back to The Witcher, please, quick, before I die.
Witcher was really good. I loved it. It's sticks to the books. The author approves of it. Henry Cavill did a phenomenal job as Geralt. He did such a good job that he was allowed to take home the Witcher outfit.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
He has it right now, and
So
people
He just
are
wears it while he's watching The Witcher.
people really want him to. Since they found out Henry Cavill is a big gamer, they want him to wear the Witcher outfit and stream him doing a playthrough of The Witcher 3. That's like a big demand right now.
That would be
Dude.
amazing. Oh my gosh. He would break Twitch.
Yeah, he would.
That'd be bigger than what Drake and Ninja playing Fortnite or whatever.
I don't think it would be bigger than that, but it will definitely get him to hundreds of thousands of viewers.
If they advertised it correctly,
Yeah,
they could get a lot of
Like-
people who don't care about Twitch watching it.
Yeah,
Just
like if-
tuning in.
if
for
he
the
did like
one.
an actual like partnership with Twitch,
Yeah.
and they did a big advertisement for it, like through Amazon and everything.
Yeah. Oh,
then-
they could be at.
Yeah,
It's the Witcher guy from
Hundreds
that
of
show, from the
thousands.
game, from the books.
it's Superman playing The Witcher.
Man.
Somebody made a mod to where Geralt looks like Henry Cavill in the game.
Seriously?
So it could be Henry Cavill playing The Witcher as The Witcher playing Henry Cavill.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, and people are just going overboard with it. But the show is really good. I do.
It
agree.
wasn't. I wouldn't say it was perfect.
Oh yeah,
It certainly wasn't perfect. It had some issues. Mostly, so the things that I had, my issues with it were mostly related to like the pace of the show
yeah.
and the way it introduced things. And I think part of that is because, so unlike you, who's read the books and played the games,
You read the books?
yeah,
Ew.
Everybody has that same reaction.
I don't understand.
Like I can read.
That's
I can
gross.
read too. Okay, I don't read The Witcher. I don't read often, but I can read.
Yeah.
So
The Witcher?
you, Eric, you've read all the books?
I haven't read all the books, just the main books.
Just the main books.
Yeah.
Okay, so still the 5 main books.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
5. Yeah. So 5 main books. Played all 3 games.
Yes.
And I have done none of that.
Right.
I have only seen the series and also pictures and cosplay of some of these characters. That is my entrance into The Witcher aside from watching this series.
Yes.
So it's heavy name drops.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so I still honestly couldn't tell you most of the characters' names. I know Geralt,
Yeah.
which I found out I was pronouncing wrong until the show happened.
A lot of people say Geralt,
Yeah,
but it's Geralt.
Geralt. Well, I always thought it was Geralt.
Yeah.
So Geralt.
Yeah.
Ciri,
Yeah. Whose actual name is
Oh.
Cirilla.
So not the
and I
phone?
still forget that.
Yeah.
Trissa.
Triss.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Trissa.
Yeah.
Triss Marigold.
Yeah.
Yennefer.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't know the
Yennefer.
bard's name.
Why
I don't know
have-
the bard's name.
Why do those names sound like they're like a made up version of another name that exists? Like Yennefer, Jennifer.
So it's written by a Polish guy,
Okay.
and everything is set like 1200s medieval fantasy.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's going to have weird sounding names.
Gotcha.
So, but I
So-
mean, those are the main characters you need to know. Pretty much is
Yeah.
Cirilla, Triss, Yennefer, and Geralt.
So I've seen a lot of, like I said, so knowing just a little bit of tangential knowledge from the games
Yeah.
and seeing cosplay and stuff on just browsing Reddit,
Yeah.
I thought Triss Marigold was going to be much more important in the show than she ended up being.
Mhm.
She honestly barely appears in the show.
Yeah.
I always got the impression that she was like a super important main character.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if she is in the books either, because I've seen other people saying stuff like in the books she's actually not quite as
No,
important as she
not
is in the
super
games.
important. Like in the game, she's super important until
Mhm.
3, because 3 is the story afterwards with Yennefer and Cirilla.
Yeah.
So, but in the first 2 games, she's like giga important. In the book, she's
Okay.
not as important.
Gotcha.
So,
So it took a while to get all the names and stuff, and
Yeah.
still, again,
they're
not
just-
getting all the names, but just knowing I knew the characters and who they were,
Yeah.
but knowing names and stuff,
they're just weird
lot.
names too. So,
Yeah, it doesn't help.
yeah.
So there was a lot of that going on. the timing of the series, there was a lot of jumping back and forth.
So there's no cuts to show that they're going back and forth between time.
That was my issue. There was like, oh, this just display a year number.
Yeah.
Or
So it's
something
just
like
like-
that. There was none of that. And the characters looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
If they had looked a little bit different or something,
Yeah.
that might have helped. They didn't, though.
But I think the way they did it was good.
No, yeah. So once you watch the whole series, it works out.
So,
and
I
you
mean,
kind
like-
of understand it. You put things into perspective
Yeah.
once you see it all.
So-
But going through it, you're just really confused.
Yeah. So like
but
episode
not
1,
confused in a good way.
episode 1 makes sense because it sets the characters.
Correct.
Episode 2, it starts getting a little confusing because you start seeing the differences in the time.
Yeah.
Then episode 3, Yennefer and Geralt get together, and you're like, okay, something's up.
Mhm.
And then it starts getting explained in episode 4, and then it continues on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit there. But unless you hit that episode 4, episode 5 mark,
Yeah.
you're gonna have trouble. So if
Yeah.
it's kind of like JoJo's in a way. If you can't
Yeah.
get past those first couple episodes, you're just not gonna get the
Yeah.
series.
So like
But after that, I loved it.
it makes perfect sense. Then it starts losing sense, and then
Yep.
it makes perfect sense again.
Correct.
But they designed it that way.
And from what I understand, that was kind of the point, because this is
Yeah.
a whole world building season.
Yeah, it is
When
an
they
entire world building
continue, it
season.
will be
Yeah.
a lot more of the
Yeah.
classic kind of stuff that people expect from The Witcher, I
Witcher,
guess.
yep. Pretty much.
So I'm
But-
looking forward to that because I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
If you're not into The Witcher, watch it. It's pretty good. There's a
If
lot
you're
of
not into it,
like if you've never done anything with The
Oh,
Witcher,
okay.
it's a pretty good starting point.
Because I'm interested in playing the games now.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm actually replaying the games because of it.
I need to get them.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, they're
find them somewhere.
on sale right now because they always go on sale like on Steam and stuff
I believe that.
for the winter sale. They're dirt cheap right now. You can probably get Witcher 3 for like $12 right now.
Wow. But
Yeah.
can I get them on PS4? Because
Probably.
console is easier.
Probably.
it's a little bit easier. You could
Yeah.
say.
Um,
Yeah.
It's a good starting
not
point.
not
for
really the
Witcher.
spirit of Henry Cavill there now, am I?
But it's a good starting point for The Witcher. And if you want to get more into it, play the games. There's a lot of stuff. If you're really, really into it, read the books. But
Yeah.
it's a really good series. If you're into dark medieval fantasy.
Because I was looking at it and trying to figure out how would I recommend this to someone, and it's like it is very medieval fantasy, but the closest thing I would think it's to is Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
which I have not seen.
Right.
So it's
So, like-
Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. Those are like the two closest things. But
I would
it's
say-
nothing like the Lord of the Rings, really.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say it's more Lord of the Rings because you're dealing more with like monsters and stuff. There's a lot of like folklore monsters in it.
That's true, but the feel of it is still
Yeah.
very different, especially like all the magic stuff. Because
Yeah.
there's magic in
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, but it's not.
It's
To
really
this
It's a
level.
very different
Yeah.
magic than.
But I mean, it's not really like Game of
This.
Thrones because there's no like politics in it. The politics in
That makes sense,
The Witcher
yeah.
is just like, hey, a war is going on.
Yeah.
Not,
Okay.
not we're vying for a seat on the throne.
I've
Okay.
never seen either. I never played The Witcher, and I never had a desire to see nor watch either of them.
Yeah.
The Witcher
Either
or
of
Game
them,
of Thrones.
both of them.
Yeah.
I
mean,
wouldn't recommend either.
Yeah.
I don't think you would enjoy them.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not anything up your alley, to be honest.
Cool.
so you don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
But
Because I mean, like, if you really like Lord of the Rings, you might not watch Witcher.
I mean,
like,
I really like Lord of the
you
Rings,
probably won't
but-
like Witcher,
Yeah.
even if you really like Lord of the Rings kind of
Yeah.
thing, because they have similar things because they
Right.
are fantasy medieval, but they're nothing alike. In a sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, we play a lot of Lord of the Rings games.
And
Yeah.
The Witcher is way more adult. Like it was written with the intention of very adult themes to it.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah.
yeah,
Scared.
But yeah, the Witcher just dropped. It's really good. Check it out. That's what I literally the day it was announced, I binged all 8 episodes the day it came out.
I remember Michael wanted us to watch it, and we were watching The Mandalorian.
Mhm.
we watched The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Finished The Mandalorian, by the way. Last episode came out yesterday.
Yeah,
What was that like?
I
It was
heard it's
good. I can't tell you anything about it because there's some stuff that happens.
But, like,
that kind of
yeah,
sets
yeah.
up the future of the series, and
And I want to watch it.
it's pretty cool.
Oh,
I
there's
know
a
you want to
season
watch.
2.
Oh, there's definitely.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
they're
there's
bringing
definitely
out
gonna
the
be
season 2.
I watched
It is
the 5,
It is good.
episode 6, and episode 7.
I think that's where I'm at.
I thought it was kind of boring.
How much
I-
do you know about Star Wars lore?
How much do I know about Star Wars?
Yeah.
I know quite a bit.
Do you know about Mandalorian clans?
No, I don't
That
actually.
if you know more about Mandalorian clans, you'll probably enjoy it more.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think I don't know, some of the stuff with like how the show was and stuff like that, I didn't think were actually directed that well. It felt very slow. All the combat stuff.
I do agree with that.
Every combat scenario ends up with him like doing a surprise attack or something like that, and then they yank him down, they punch him, and then he does like some trickery and beats him.
No, I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was supposed to be, though.
And also there was that one episode, I think it was 6, where with him and the other crew or whatever, and they're going to rescue that one guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And that episode felt kind of pointless by the end of it, because it's like, oh, okay, because he's back to the same spot he was at. I think he just got like a part for a ship or something like that.
He got a little bit of money.
Are you talking about the prison one?
Yeah, the prison one.
I like that episode because it showed the predatory hunting style of a Mandalorian.
I wish it showed more of it, though, because a lot of it was like off-screen kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think it needed to be.
Yeah.
I think the show could have been a little bit more violent overall.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
I think that's also set by limitation from Disney.
That's a Disney thing. I think. It's an unfortunate.
The action choreography, especially with like episode 8 and stuff, that has kind of died down in my opinion a lot.
So I mean,
episode 8. I haven't seen 9 yet.
So I do agree with you that it does feel kind of cheesy with some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it just feels uninspired.
Right. Well, I mean, to me, that's like cheesy. It's just like, it's like a monster of the week kind of thing. He gets beaten down, but then comes back immediately.
Yeah.
I do wish they went more into the Mandalorian because they are war machines.
Right.
They are built and raised for war. They're basically Spartans.
Like the older Star Wars and stuff like that, their combat wasn't like, so when you think of the prequels and stuff like that, they probably had like the best action choreography because you know they literally were designed like it was kind of more designed like with that intent, you know, to make this stuff look better and stuff.
Yeah.
But whereas even the prequels, they were cheesy, but they were still fun when they did stuff. This was just kind of like, oh, okay, like you know he's not gonna die, and so like he's the Mandalorian, and he's the main guy. Yeah. And like it always just, I don't know, something about it I just didn't really like.
I do agree with some of the combat isn't good. Like some of the gunfights are bad. But I think the most enjoyable thing about it is more Star Wars lore. Yeah. The story is good.
Yeah. Because, gun combat is something that a lot of people, like, everywhere just don't get right. Like, there's a ton of anime that does it terribly.
Yeah. I mean, so...
Oh, my goodness.
Some of the gunfights, like, when they're... he was trying to break into the facility where Baby Yoda is. Yeah. If that entire gunfight actually felt like an old like Transformers cartoon fight where people are just standing behind rocks and stuff and lasers are just flying everywhere. That kind of did feel like that. Yeah. I mean, the story is good, and I wish they made the Mandalorian more Mandalorian.
Yeah, he feels kind of like a Goblin Slayer.
In a sense, yeah.
Because he doesn't show face, he doesn't talk much.
The fight with the creature to get the egg. Like, that was good, because, like, you're not going to win against that.
Okay, I didn't see that episode.
That would have been episode 2 or 3.
3?
I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's one of those early middle episodes.
Yeah.
But it's, he just has to get the egg from this creature, because the Jawas tore apart his ship.
They want the Suka.
Yeah. The Jawas are like a frat house.
They are amazing. Yeah.
But he had to go get an egg, and he had to fight a creature. Like a big like rhino creature for it, right? And it's like, you're not going to win that fight, but it was a cool fight because like a Mandalorian is not going to give up. He's going to fight till he dies,
and you know he's not going to die. Because,
Well, I mean, Baby Yoda is basically a giant Deus Ex machine because he's force powers and all that.
Yeah, he's just like, check it out.
Yeah. Don't worry, that comes in the plan episode.
I'm Baby Yoda.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm enjoying Mandalorian. I'm mainly enjoying it because of all lore. Nice. I love Mandalorian lore. I love anything that just builds past 2 characters.
I haven't seen episode 9 yet, but so far this year, my Star Wars experience has been pretty lacking.
Did you watch a new movie?
No, but I played Jedi, and then I also watched a couple of Mandalorian, and I wasn't a big fan.
That's fine.
I mean, it happens.
I mean, it's certainly not for everyone, and quite frankly, that's just all of Star Wars. Yeah. A lot of Star Wars has been hit and miss for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially 7, 8, 9. Yeah. A lot of people have disliked 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
I thought 7 was really fun, but then
8
8 was really boring in my opinion.
8 was ass.
Yeah.
8 was...
Thanks, man.
Overall, 8 was not good, yeah.
Solo was mediocre.
It didn't need to be made was the problem.
Yeah.
But Solo was completely unnecessary. Was it a fun movie?
Rogue One was good.
Rogue One was awesome. I love Rogue One.
Phenomenal.
That was cool.
I heard someone say they didn't like Rogue One, and I was like, but
all the people I heard that didn't like Rogue One didn't understand where it fit in the storyline while they were watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of a problem.
Man, that whole movie's got like such a cool like the whole point of it.
It's not over the top character. It's literally just normal people doing their thing.
Yeah, and it I like the ending. I like what they did with the ending too.
Like, to me, I'm just gonna watch anything and soak up anything Star Wars because I love.
Exactly.
I love the idea of like sci-fi, fantasy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially where like a choice matters because a light and dark side, and there's obvious vying for power.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even. Obviously, Star Wars is sci-fi.
Yeah.
But it's not really sci-fi like anything else is sci-fi. It's not.
Yeah, it's
Star Trek. It's much more fantasy than it is sci-fi, and that makes it really kind of its own section of the sci-fi or fantasy genre. Because most fantasy is, fantasy with your elves and stuff.
Yeah.
Which Star Wars isn't. And then you have all the sci-fi, which is usually things like Star Trek or The Expanse or Battlestar Galactica or whatever, where it's much more science-based and
it's like look at the politics between these alien races and these ones and stuff.
And Star Wars is just a very interesting mix of those two groups.
It's an adventure in space.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a fantasy.
Yeah,
but it's got like the background setting of a sci-fi. It's weird.
Well, it's a space opera.
Yeah, it's a space opera.
It's a space opera.
And it's really good.
It's
in my opinion
really good at what it does because there's clear thing. There's a light side. There's a dark side. There's a clear evil. There's a clear good, and there's a clear objective they're fighting for.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. It's really flashy, and there's a lot of lore to build onto it because it's space.
Now, one thing that we've experienced recently that is not so easy and straightforward. Death Stranding.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I think I know what he's talking about.
Because Star Wars is easy, but Death Stranding on the other hand.
That's a fun game.
So Chase and I have beat this now.
Yeah, I've heard the stories. Classic Kojima.
What a weird game.
What a weird game. I'm going to start by saying I loved it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. By far.
I had so much fun playing that game. And most of the time that I played, it was sitting down. Obviously, it's a single-player game with multiplayer aspects.
Yeah.
But it's, in essence, you're playing by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was me sitting down, and Chase sitting down at his home, and we were in a party chat.
Yeah.
Just like all day for most of the times we played.
Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, did you see this? And it's like, no, I haven't done that yet. But have you done this? What? Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, just sending screenshots back and forth. It's amazing. But that game,
it's so cool.
I'm still kind of confused about some of the things. Most of it makes sense now, looking at stuff, but there's a couple things that stick out to me. So I don't know how much we want to go into it here.
We'll drop a spoiler warning.
We're going to drop a spoiler warning.
Yeah.
So basically...
we will. Spoil me.
You're not playing it.
I'm not going to play it.
So basically what happens is the President of the United States, who's actually in some kind of alien existential being known as an extinction entity.
Wait, I thought the president was your mom that you dragged at the start of the game.
Yes and no.
Okay.
So
you're good. This is good.
So there's this extinction entity, which essentially is just some, space being that's
vague
going
being.
Exactly. That is going to cause the extinction of everything. And it's kind of like the way they kind of pass it off is the Big Bang was an accident or whatever, right? So Big Bang happens, and these extinction entities are the means of the universe trying to put everything back in order. So the Big Bang shouldn't have happened. People shouldn't exist. Now these extinction entities are going to, every once in a while they come along, boom, big extinction.
So
everyone is supposed to die. And like,
so it's like the Reapers from Mass Effect. Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, just for my own like understanding.
So these extinction entities show up, they kill everything, but hey, life finds a way. Another extinction entity comes along eventually, and you're just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So there have been 5 in the past, and this extinction entity is the 6th. So the extinction entity is actually, and they'll just call it the EE. So the EE is actually your mother and your, I don't know, your like sister / best friend.
Yeah.
Sister / best friend. Okay. So essentially, what happens is the extinction entity is kind of like, well, going to cause the extinction, kind of gets bored, just like, all right, I'm going to speed things up.
Yeah.
Comes down to Earth or whatever, doing her thing. And she becomes the president of the United States. She is creating the BBs, the bridge babies, to link the essentially 2 planes, the living plane with the dead plane, so like the afterlife, link the 2 up. And essentially that will fast forward her whole extinction plan.
Okay.
In the case, there is a character, Clifford Unger, who is
the war guy.
The war guy.
The guy who shoots guns at you.
Yeah. He's played by Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay.
And he is... How do I explain?
Just say it.
Well, so he is your father.
Okay.
Okay. So you are
your real father.
He's your actual father. So he
is that the boss?
The military dude with the guns.
Okay.
Yeah. The dead people.
Okay.
So him and his wife just had a kid who was stillborn.
Yeah.
All right. So the BB, and that's because of the weird circumstances of what went on there. Essentially, the president is using that. And kind of going behind like, oh, right, this is important. We're going to save your wife, save your son. We're going to do this. We're going to help you. But really, she's lying. It's not to help them. It's to forward the BB research or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the security guards / police dudes at the facility there actually served with the captain. Okay. The captain saved this guy's life. A lot of times in a lot of different wars.
Of course.
So he's like, hey, just so you know, they're lying to you. You don't deserve this. I'm gonna do something to help you.
But I can't get caught with you because I can't get caught helping you because
exactly.
What's it called? I can't
because he swore an oath to the president to be on her side. So
if she tells him to do something, he will do it.
Yeah.
And so essentially, he gave him like a 10-minute window to grab BB, escape.
Yeah.
And like
things go wrong.
Get out.
Okay.
Things go wrong. Doesn't escape. He ends up dying in that scene. He ends up having to be killed. Clifford ends up dying. He has to be killed by. He ends up getting shot by
the guy who helped him escape.
The guy who helped him escape because the president tells him to kill him.
Correct.
To kill Clifford.
Yeah.
And the baby dies in the process.
Yeah.
The BB.
Because he gets shot as well. So they both get shot.
The extinction entity, the EE, the president.
Yeah.
Goes and she takes the BB, and I guess it's just kind of a guilt or regret kind of thing.
Yeah. So when people die, they go to the beach.
They go to a beach, yes,
and so they turn blue and they're on a beach and stuff like that, and
they turn blue. Yes.
Yeah, and then they walk into the water and then they.
It's them passing on to the afterlife.
So she goes to the beach. Finds him still laying there as a baby and stuff like that, like on the beach and stuff like that, and basically heals him and puts him back and sends him back to the real
world. The extinction entity has like the master beach. So all the other beaches connect to her beach.
Yeah.
But the reason why she's doing the BB research is to get everyone around the world so that they can better connect to her beach.
Spread the death around.
So once all the beaches are connected, then the extinction can happen.
Yeah.
So hers is the master, but they don't quite all connect to her yet. So that's why she has to connect them using the BBs. So that's what she was working on. So anyway, the BB dies. She goes to the beach, saves the BB. That's what creates, that's what makes him repatriate, which means when he dies, he comes back to life, which is an element in the game. It's essentially how they do your respawn thing. If you die, you repatriate. Yeah. So that's why he's able to repatriate. And that also is what causes the Death Stranding. Yeah. So that essentially rips up, it basically tears a hole between the living and the dead. Yeah. And that's what lets the BTs, the beached things. Yeah. So all the people who have died or whatever, it lets their spirits essentially come back and, you know, just roam the living world and become enemies for you throughout the game. Yeah. So that's what causes the Death Stranding, a lot of problems. And the BTs, if someone dies in the living world, the BTs essentially get to it, like the body necrotizes or whatever. Yeah. Boom, big explosion, a lot of people die. So essentially people become bombs when they die. Yeah, like nuclear bombs. Yeah. Like
this was bombs. Yeah, you guys explained this before.
Yes. So anyway, that happens. Yeah. She takes you so she takes the BB now that the BB is not able to be used as a BB, and she just raises it at her own son. Yeah. That becomes you. Correct. Sam Porter Bridges. So you are the BB that you started this Death Stranding essentially. Yeah. And also when she does that, she kind of splits her entity into two. So there's the physical version of her, and then there's like the spirit version of her.
Okay, so the body character start as her physical self.
So the physical body is the president, and it keeps aging. But the spirit part of it,
vague out there.
No,
she stays at the beach.
She stays at the beach. Okay, and she's a real person that people interact with, but people haven't actually seen her.
Other than holograms of her.
Yeah, exactly. Like so people like only ever see her not in a physical form, but they still see a physical form of her, but like a hologram, you know? Yeah. So essentially, there's two forms, and because the one keeps aging, she's the president, and she just claims that the other version of her, the spirit version, is her daughter.
Okay. Because, she, and it's like, okay, that's my daughter. Yeah.
So then, things go happen. Eventually, the spirit entity, the physical part of her dies because it's physical.
Yeah, of course.
And now you have to reconnect the United States of America, connect them to the chiral network, because Amelie, that's the name of the spirit side of the EE. You got to connect everyone to the beach, and that's to connect America to rebuild the United Cities of America, rebuild the country after the Death Stranding kind of destroyed everything and terrorists have popped up.
Actually, wink, wink, she's just trying to connect everything.
Yeah. So that she can,
connect the beaches.
Make everything extinct.
Anyway, long story short, she gets to the end of the game and nothing happens.
And then you get to the end of the game and you find out, and then basically you're like, and she's like, all right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to stay on the beach forever and hold off the extinction as long as possible, because as long as she stays on the beach, essentially it won't happen. It's like extinction is inevitable, but I can postpone it by staying here. It is going to happen.
Why she wants to postpone it?
Because she cares for Sam and the interaction that she's had with other people.
So it's more just she gained a mortality because she raised a kid, essentially.
In a way, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Kind of.
That is some Kojima stuff.
Very, very weird, but it all makes sense at the end, kind of.
So Clifford, basically, every time he comes in, he's always after BB. But he doesn't, the game doesn't show, because he's got the BB on him and stuff like that. He's like, oh, that's my BB. But technically, the BB that he's looking for is Sam himself, actually, and stuff like that. So ended up, he's trying to kill him and stuff like that. And you later figure out that he is the BB that he's looking for, because you think, you just, what's it called? You assume that because it's him, he actually ends up figuring it out at the third time you battle him or whatever. And so he figures out that Sam is actually his BB and stuff like that. And he says some weird cryptic stuff to you.
He
does. And it's like, oh, okay.
Standard Kojima.
Yeah, that was strange. Like, why is he talking about me? Why am I the connector and stuff like that? And so,
So instead of nanomachines, we got beaches.
And every time Sam links up to the BB inside of him, he's watching flashbacks from himself because he's connecting with the BBs.
Yeah, whereas you think assume that it's memories of the BB. Because it's from a BB's perspective, but it's from your perspective when you were a BB.
Exactly. Exactly. And that
really
gets revealed
weird,
right at the end.
Really weird Kojima stuff. So you see credits, you do a little bit more of the game, you see the credits again.
Yeah.
But,
it's a good story.
That is some real...
I don't know how to explain this game to people.
Yeah.
To say, hey, this is a game you should play. Because when I explain it, I love the game. I have a lot of fun playing it. But when I explain it, my only thought is, they're definitely listening to this. Like, I'm just some crazy guy rambling about something.
There's some baby in a container, and you just carry him on your chest.
And they've got to be like, oh yeah, that sounds super great.
It's just like,
I'll definitely play that someday.
It's the same thing with like the Metal Gear Solid series. Like you can say, hey, this is a tactical espionage game, but you're fighting like fake vampires and nanomachines and a group of people that you don't know if they exist, controlling the government.
Yeah, but that's not
just happen to be launching at you.
That's not super like like unstory like this game is so weird and stuff. You're literally just carrying packages around and it's like you're what's it called? There's so much weird stuff. People are like, nobody's going outside. It's like, oh, that's because there's rain that makes people age and stuff.
Oh yeah, the time fall.
Yeah,
rain now makes people old.
I mean, I knew that.
The beach things and stuff like that. They're not actually bad guys and stuff like that. They're literally just like reaching out for like life and stuff like that because they're
it's just It does sound like rambling. It's just like if you don't know Kojima, it's super pretty loony.
It's so weird, but it was such a. So this is my first Kojima game. I've never played anything from Kojima before. I loved it.
I played.
I don't think I'll do Metal Gear just because there's so much to get into.
I would say just watch Let's Plays of Metal Gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with.
Because that's probably one thing.
There's so much attention that goes into that game.
Yeah.
So much attention. I don't know if you actually experienced this, but the things that I kept mentioning to you that I went with the mirror or whatever, when he looks in the mirror, basically anytime after you meet Higgs, sometimes Higgs randomly pops up behind you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and he walks up, he like rips off his mask and like he like throws it at, like he like puts it on Sam and then he like, and then he wakes up back in and see. Yeah.
No, I've never.
Crazy
that
stuff
never
like
happened
that.
to me.
It happened to me twice, and I was just like,
I tried so many times to get different ones. It was just always like smacking his cheeks or sticking his tongue out or doing finger guns or something.
or he's sitting on the sink.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's crazy stuff like that. Like I just love going into the room and messing with things, and then random stuff happens like all the time.
It's such an interesting game, and I highly recommend people play it. It's really fun.
So, I think it is a hard thing to explain to people because like I've known Kojima, I've played his games before, like I'm interested in it. But if you did explain it just to random, they'd just be like, "What?
Yeah,
what'd you just say to me?"
Yeah, I will say though,
just call me.
Pretty much every character except for like Clifford, Sam, and BB, in my opinion, are a little bit. They're just like, I don't really care too much. I mean, they're cool and interesting, but at the same time,
there are very few actual characters in the game.
Yeah.
You don't interact with a lot of people.
The ones that are important and stuff like that, they all have something weird about them, which makes them feel kind of unrealistic.
They're very quirky.
I think that's just a normal thing Kojima does.
Yeah,
is he will just stick a quirk or something weird about a character so they stand out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they stand out.
Yeah, they stand out.
I mean, he does a really good job at having all of his characters really memorable.
They're all super weird. Guillermo del Toro, Dead Man, he's just like so uncomfortable when he's like just talks to Sam.
All the characters the actors did amazing jobs portraying these characters.
I'm being weird.
They all did really good. Not all the characters themselves are super amazing.
Exactly.
Some of them did, but like Guillermo del Toro, Mads Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, holy crap.
Yeah. Who's Hartman?
They did a very good job.
Who's Hartman?
Hartman?
Yeah. Who plays him?
I don't know.
Yeah, Hartman's really cool. He basically has what is it?
He has some muscle heart condition essentially, which means he has a heart attack like every 21 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then he goes to the beach for like 3 minutes before he gets resuscitated.
Yeah.
And then he comes back.
Yeah.
And
the first time it happens,
beaches for 3 minutes.
First time it happens, Sam's locked in the room with him, and it's just like, okay, you just waste 3 minutes like looking around.
You've got a timer. You just sit there for 3 minutes, just looking around the room, like clicking on things. That's it. That's it.
And then he comes back and he's like, hey, I'm back.
And I was just sitting there, I was just like, this is amazing. Like, this is gameplay.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that!
I mean, you just keep saying like it's a Kojima game. So
it's
really
Kojima.
Yeah.
I also I played Sayonara Wild Hearts.
I want to play that.
Yeah, it's a smaller game. It's literally just like a rhythm. Think of like Temple Run, but like rhythm based and stuff. There's literally you keep moving forward. There's timed button commands that are based on the rhythm and stuff like that. And
also, it's like Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I don't know. So
I don't
probably.
In a way, yes, but more ways not.
There's gems and stuff like that, and basically when you're getting them, it's on beat and stuff like that, and you like dodge things on beat and everything. Yeah. And it just keeps moving really fast. It's really fun. I can't tell if it's if some Japanese person made it or they're just like a huge weeb who made it and stuff, because there's a lot of like.
It might just be a huge weeb.
Yeah, it's kind of like Porter Robinson when he made Shelter.
Exactly. But yeah, the music's like really like you get into it and stuff, and you're
from what I understand, it's like its own pop album.
Yeah,
and then they made the game to fit it.
Yeah, I don't know if she sings anything in it, but Queen Latifah narrates it apparently. So it's like
what?
Yeah, it just says that at the end. Oh, special thanks, Queen Latifah.
Yeah. So I heard that picked up a couple of awards at the Video Game Awards, and we talked about that last week. So I kind of do want to play that.
Yeah. It was a fun game. It only took like an hour to beat.
Yeah. So, another one of those games on the list was Outer World.
Oh.
I picked that up.
Hey.
Because it was on sale on top of having a coupon from the Epic Store.
Okay.
So instead of being like $50-$60, I got it for like $30.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I picked it up. I got through it. The main campaign, like 25 hours on normal mode. Just to get through it.
Okay.
And I think I did almost every side quest in the game. And there was only one I couldn't do because my medical skill wasn't high enough.
Okay.
But I just did a generic, a character that can talk his way through anything. Because I've never done
that
before.
Charisma character?
Yeah, high charisma, persuasion, intimidate.
You can do that now. I did not realize it was that kind of game.
It's like a Fallout and all that. Like you can get like persuasion or just invest all in the guns. You can be a science geek, engineering.
It's basically a D&D video.
Yeah, so I mean I just pumped everything into like persuasion, intimidate, and lying. And I just talked my way through everything.
So you didn't have to like kill people.
I mean, you can kill stuff. Like there's creatures and stuff to kill, but like every like dialogue option, I had something I can choose to just get my way through it. And then
that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
It was like 25 hours to get through that. I think I got the good ending. Like
well,
lying.
I heard there were 3 or 4 endings.
Yeah, I got one of the good endings, like just lying and persuading my way through and intimidating people.
Hey, you're a good guy.
I was a big dude with like a giant like Gatling laser. And I was just lying and intimidating people, and then I got like one of the best endings, I guess.
Nice.
But it's...
I think speedrunners go after one ending where you just get on a ship and then you fly into a sun.
Yeah, it's like 12 minutes long.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You just skip past everything. You just boom, let's fly this into the sun and game over.
Yeah, I can see why it got a lot of like potential awards.
Yeah, fun to play.
It's basically what Fallout 4 like wanted to do.
But
because like you weren't stuck on one planet, right? There's different planets you can go explore.
Some outer worlds you could go to.
Yeah, and there's just like the weapons were fun. Well, I'd say the weapons were fun, but they're very limited. But like some of the stats mattered in your weapons.
Right.
Like I had a really high science skill that made my plasma do a lot, and I just kind of melted things. But fun. That was one complaint I had was when you use a plasma weapon, you turn enemies into dust sometimes, and then it's near impossible to find their dumb corpse on the ground to loot it. So I was so mad. Like
it's like a little pile of ashes.
Yeah, like I was instantly killing groups of marauders, but then I couldn't loot all their corpses because I couldn't find the ash piles. That's my like biggest
nice.
But I mean, outside of
that, I love that.
There's a lot of like fun like zoomer humor. Like there's just dumb humor in the game.
And
there was just a lot of they had a lot of fun with just the dumb dialogue. And like all your side characters were fun to get invested with. So you get like a crazy priest on your team.
Right.
So yeah, like he's been to prison and stuff, but he's like trying to live up to his parents' expectations. So he joined the Vicars, where you're super into religion and priestly things.
Right.
So when you do his quest at the end of it, spoilers, you go take drugs in the back of this hermit's house to talk to some like ghosts of his past to understand why he wants to prove to himself. I managed to take one other dude, so you can have 2 people in your party. I had one other dude that I'm glad I brought with me. He was just tripping out on drugs and he was making fun of the dude the entire time. I was just losing at the dial. It was the greatest thing ever. Like all the characters are really, really dumb fun.
Yeah.
You get a robot on your team that's a cleaning robot, but you program him to fight and kill with acid.
So he just
he has just like dumb one-liners about cleaning up the competition and killing all the stuff to clean up the piles of goo and whatever. It's just dumb, fun humor. I loved it.
This sounds amazing.
Obsidian did a fantastic job on it. I had a lot of fun. At first, I was like, I might end up playing this for like 3 or 4 hours and stop playing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I sat down day after day after day and just beat it.
Nice.
That's fun because that game just seemed to drop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah, I had no idea about it until
it's probably my biggest surprise of the year because I didn't know much about it until it was on the Game Awards list. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Nice.
I might do another playthrough eventually just for like a different build with a bad ending or something.
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like.
Maybe I'll pick it up because 25, 30 hours, that's not too bad to invest in a game like that.
You could probably do it faster, but I mean, I checked nook and crannies. I did all the side quests I could. I backtracked and stuff, so you can get through it pretty fast. And that's on normal mode. If you're doing one of the harder modes,
I wouldn't do that.
They tried to add a thing to the game where like you get negative perks.
Right.
So like, if you fight robots too many times, you might get a robot phobia.
Oh, and it's like, hey, do you want this negative thing?
Yeah, so like your stats will go down when you're near robots, but you get an extra perk.
Yeah.
The trade-off isn't worth it because the perks aren't like super game-breaking or
but it makes it more fun.
Yeah, so like you can do them, but you don't have to on normal and hard mode. But like the hardest mode, Supernova, they automatically apply the perk to you, the negative perk.
Oh.
And you get 4 of them on Supernova.
Nice.
So it can shape how you play the game, but like the lower difficulties, you don't have to take them.
Man, I would take those all the time.
If you're really into role playing, it can be fun. But if you're just getting through the game for some story, you can ignore the mechanic.
Right.
But it's a pretty good game. I can see why I got onto a Game of the Year list.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right, everybody. Well, you just listened to the latest episode of BakaTaka, Season 2, Episode 12.
Last one in 2019.
Last one 2019.
The last one of Season 2, right?
And last one of Season 2. And next time, we're actually going to be dropping the season thing. So
here we are.
Yeah. It's just going to be normal episodes, BakaTaka, fun time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the Christmas special season,
Yeah. Anyways, as always, sitting on the left, it's
George.
In the middle, it's
Eric.
And I'm on the right, and I'm Chase. Don't forget to flex on them hitters. And leave a like down below.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. I thought you smash the like button.
Yeah, but he already said like.
Yeah. Look what you've done. Ring the bell.
And chatter up those comments down below. And don't forget that BakaTaka is always supported by Blume, but not currently right now. And anyways, that's the end of the episode. Get out of here.
Later.
Peace.
There's no mouse here.
You can tell who puts the least amount of pressure on the pencil and who puts the most amount of pressure on the pencil.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The shade gets darker.
I like my lines thick and flowy. Look at my S's. They're like super consistent. They're bad, but they're consistent.
They're consistent.
S.